Another proposal for Chrysler. Parts of it I don't agree with. Parts of it make sense. Let's talk about it.
For the longest time. Whoa. For the longest
Yo, Percocet, Miley Percocet, Percocet, Miley Percocet, represent, gotta represent.
What is up, guys? Welcome on back to TK's Garage, and today I want to talk about a video I saw earlier today from a channel called All Cars with John. I'm gonna tag him in the description, and I'm gonna drop a link to his video as well. And I'm not gonna clip parts of his video. I'm just gonna kind of go over what he was talking about. And recently, Frank Rhodes Jr., the great-grandson of Walter P. Chrysler, had made an offer to Stellantis, which, to my opinion, they were kind of disrespectful and didn't even officially respond to him. They just released a press release to the press basically saying, we're keeping all the brands, even though not even a month ago you were talking about axing brands that didn't make money. But now, that's not going to happen. You're going to keep everything for 10 years. The most flip-flopping ass company I've seen in a while. Yeah, anyways. So All Cars with John does his own proposal, right? With Frank, including the proposal from Frank Rhodes, but adding in the players of BYD and the one and only Warren Buffett. Now, here's where this gets interesting. If you haven't paid attention, and I got to be honest, I've done the same thing. I've cashed out a lot of my money that I had in the S&P. I've sold a lot of individual stocks, and I'm very cash heavy and precious metals heavy right now, just like Warren Buffett is. Warren Buffett is sitting on upwards of $280 billion with a B in cash. He's reduced his position in BYD, that's why we're going to talk about them here in a second, to I believe 6% or maybe 6.5%, something along those lines, where he sold a bunch because he had a much higher stake in that company, and he's made a lot of money with that company. He also has a significant amount of shares in the tens of millions with General Motors. Wouldn't it, and this is where I'm going to add my own little thing into what All Cars with John mentioned. He basically mentioned, yes, create that Chrysler American brand with Dodge and bring in BYD as a partner. Maybe they have 10% of the company. Maybe the UAW has 10 or 15% of the company. Frank Rhodes has 10 or 15% of the company. Warren Buffett comes in, maybe has 10 or 15% of the company. When you add it all up, you have the capital available. And I think without Warren Buffett in that deal, it makes it kind of hard. Stellantis has, this is the only thing I'll say about all Cars with John's proposal, is Stellantis is making more money on the tax breaks for EVs or proposed EVs that they're going to build from the United States government, that it's worth them to have more money not to build nothing now and then try to relaunch a Chrysler car in 1 year, 2 years, however long it takes. I think they're waiting to see if the Dodge Charger fails. That's why I think there's been such a delay with Chrysler. They want to see if the Charger is going to fall on its face, and then maybe they retool or they do something else. Now, I know that they're retooling Brampton to make a Chrysler vehicle and a Jeep and a couple of other facilities. I just don't see it with Chrysler doing the EV thing. I don't see it. I think All Cars with John's proposal has some merit. I know, and here's the thing. I'm not pro BYD. I don't want to see BYD involved in the market. But I also got to be honest, I think All Cars with John was right when he said it's only a matter of time before BYD gets into the market. Listen, if you haven't learned anything yet, if you lived in the United States and you're an adult, politicians are for sale, all right? And all it's going to take is this X amount of money, a big campaign contribution of a couple congressmen in the right areas, and that party that those Congress people belong to have possession of the House and or the Senate, and they're going to get them into the United States. It's going to happen. Is it going to happen in the next 12 months? Probably not. 24 months? Maybe. 36 months? Most likely. Like within the next 3 years, you'll be able to buy that mid-size BYD pickup truck. What is it? The Shark? That's selling like crack in Mexico right now. Look, people are looking for affordable options. There are several ways that U.S. manufacturers can compete. Lower your damn prices. Lower the prices. It's not like they can't. They're making record profits off each unit. So it's BS. It's a BS excuse to say that they can't move volume and compete. They just don't want to. And but anyways, I thought the proposal that was put out made sense. And to be honest, I don't think BYD has to be involved. I'm going to be honest, if Warren Buffett thinks Chrysler could be profitable here in the United States, selling cheap, affordable cars that enthusiasts want, Warren Buffett's going to dump billions of dollars into it. He's a businessman. He likes to make money. That said, because he already owns a percentage of BYD and has that relationship, and BYD was already sniffing around, I could see that as a realistic possibility. I could also see Warren Buffett working with General Motors. It's not like Chrysler and General Motors don't already have some kinship from way back in the day, as Walter P. Chrysler basically revitalized Buick back in the day, as Frank Rose Jr. Explained in his recent video. So it's not like we couldn't see a maybe partnership with General Motors and Chrysler here in the United States. But I think this is one of many videos that we're going to see of people making proposals for Stellantis. I think right now, though, it's advantageous for Stellantis to just sit on it. They're making more money in tax breaks and federal funding for them to build cars that they're not even building, for them to just keep it. It's like, as I said in a recent video, it's a golden goose. Why would they sell it? You know, outside of it being an enormous offer. That said, Carlos Tavares has a fiduciary responsibility to bring every formal offer to the board. This is very similar to what Elon Musk did with Twitter. He made him an offer, and the board has to consider it, and they have a fiduciary responsibility to their shareholders. And what do you know? He bought it. It's now X. Could we see that? I don't know. I think if Carlos Tavares doesn't bring an official offer that Frank B. Rhodes or anybody else makes for Chrysler and Dodge to the board, it could cause him some problems with the fiduciary responsibility side, and especially where they're already being sued by shareholders for misquoting or misspeaking or just flat out lying about the condition of the company. It could get interesting. But anyways, go check out All Cars with John's video. I tagged his channel in the description down below. And let me know what you guys think. Let's have a discussion in the comments. Anyways, until next time, thank you guys very much for watching. I truly appreciate it. Stay petty, my friends.